My name is David Harrison Greis, and this is the Greis Report, your daily unfiltered voice for truth. Thank you for tuning in, and if you like what you're seeing tonight, please remember to hit that subscribe button. It's very important to us to be able to get the truth out there, and the more of an audience that we have, the more our videos will be shown. So thank you for helping us get the truth out there for all those who have already subscribed. So let's get into tonight's show. So we have a severe escalation by the ICE Gestapo. They have finally discharged a weapon in the course of one of their quote-unquote enforcement actions. So here's what happened as we know the story. ABC7 Los Angeles, in addition with the Los Angeles Times, they have reported basically there was a man. ABC7 identifies him as Martin. The Los Angeles Times doesn't really identify him. Basically, they said that there were three men in a car. Martin, his father-in-law, and his 18-year-old son-in-law. They were there for work. They were doing something for work, and they were in the vehicle. Suddenly, the vehicle was surrounded by armed Gestapo agents. They jumped out of their cars with their guns already drawn. They already made the decision that whatever was going to happen was going to go down because they already had their weapons drawn. They were probably intending on firing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have drawn their weapons already. So they went out knowing that something was going to go down. So what happened was they started ordering the three members of the car to roll down their windows and exit the vehicle. Now, this is a problem because masked men with guns telling you to roll down your windows and get out of your car. You could be getting kidnapped, carjacked, any number of horrific things. If I were them, I would be getting the hell out of there. And that's exactly what they wanted to do. So the ICE Gestapo broke two of their car windows. And then as they tried to get away, because they still didn't identify themselves, and the video, which I'll be linking in the description, clearly shows there was no identification by these officers. Now, it's worthy to note that in California, they are under strict law that they cannot identify themselves as police because ICE Gestapo are not police. So they can't identify them as such. So when somebody says, "Who are you?" their first response is going to be the police, but they can't say that. So now they just don't say anything at all. So now you just have masked men with guns telling you to get out of your car. So as they were trying to get away, unfortunately, two of the officers were hit by the car, but this comes after 3 shots were fired at the side of the car. 3 shots rang out on video, bullet holes in the side of the car. Undeniable. Department of Homeland Security doesn't even deny it. They feel justified in this kind of abuse of power and this use of weaponry, which is a dangerous escalation. When the men went home, because that's what they did, they didn't flee the scene of a crime. They called the police. They called the San Bernardino police, who then came to their home, took a statement, and according to the ABC7 article, the FBI was going to get in contact with them, but instead what happened was, after the police left, the ICE, Gestapo, and the Department of Homeland Security went back to their home to try to make an arrest that these people assaulted them, and there was this whole big standoff. There was crowd control that was necessary, and it turned into a whole big thing it didn't need to turn into. Los Angeles Times is reporting that 2 people were arrested because of crowd control reasons. We'll be linking all these articles in the description. It is still a developing story, so we're going to be following that and see what the actual truth of all of this is. But it's a severe escalation, and we can't have that here. So if you like what you're hearing so far tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address. That's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, stories, requests, leads. We're always happy to engage with our viewership. And if you have any footage of the protests or any of the music festivals, please send it to us. We're happy to boost it on air. So one of the things that's been going on, and I've been reporting on this for the last couple of weeks, ICE seems to have this obsession with children. Release the Epstein files, and maybe we'll find out why children are such a focus. So ABC7 New York is reporting that a woman identified as Martha went in for a routine immigration check-in at 26 Federal Plaza with her 7-year-old daughter, who is a student at PS 89Q. Wake up, teachers. They're taking our students. So this is a school in Queens that she was a student at, and her 19-year-old son. What happened was they went in for the immigration court hearing, and they were abducted from the immigration courthouse. This is really troubling, not just because they were abducted, but because the 7-year-old and her mother were shipped to a concentration camp in Texas, while the 19-year-old brother was sent to a concentration camp in New Jersey. They're separating women from the men in the family, and who knows what they're doing with that 7-year-old girl. they're not responding to any requests for comments. This is not the only report in the last couple of days involving children. We also have reports from the LA United School District that there are some problematic occurrences where ICE Gestapo are showing up near their campuses. LA, they don't work with ICE at all. They're a sanctuary city. So the LA School District was informed by the police that the ICE Gestapo were there to get everybody to safety. We're going to keep our eye on how this all develops, but we need to put an end to all of this once and for all. The ICE Gestapo need to get the hell off of our streets, because these are our streets, not your streets. This is David Harrison Greis with the Greis Report, signing off.